One of the things I plan to do in terms of learning more about growing cannabis is to get into hydroponics. So far everything I've done is in soil. And so I'm experimenting with other things first to get the hang of it. This outfit has been very, very simple to maintain. You can see I have 4 5-gallon buckets there, and they happen to be from a wine, make your own wine type of place, and so they're food grade to begin with. I've either gotten colored lids or put black vinyl on the lids to try to reduce the amount of algae that would be inside the buckets. And again, I'm not using chemicals in these. I'm just using water from our aquarium where we keep some goldfish that are usually out in the pond in the summer. Now these are just a little less than 6 weeks from seed, from germination of the seed. So you can see there's no problem with production. Growing very well. And you can always lift out the little net baskets that are in these holes to see how they're doing. And I put one extra flap in the lids so I can look down and see how close the water line is to the bottom of the baskets. That's where you want it, either just touching the bottom of the basket or maybe just a little bit into the basket, but not much. And the idea is that when you do that, it will grow 2 types of roots. Some roots will go straight down into the water, and others will go out to the side, and the ones going out to the side will be bringing in all the oxygen that the plant needs. So that's kind of cool. One thing you can't do with a soil grow is to pull the plant up and see how the roots are doing, and of course the health of the roots is vital for everything else that's going on there. But equipment required. The buckets cost $2 each. Bit of vinyl that I had on hand. I'm not using LED lights on this because I don't seem to need to. I put in 2 40-watt shop lights side by side. They are not grow bulbs. Probably would do even better with grow bulbs, but these are just regular fluorescents. And other than that, the only equipment that I need is a pump, which is sending air down into the tanks, and they all go to an air stone at the bottom, bubble up, and apparently that's good for splashing the oxygen and the nutrients up on the roots. And I've put a timer on the lights. I think I have this on a 8-hour off and 16-hour on cycle right now. So at less than 6 weeks, I'd say this is a success. And also I should tell you that back row there, I probably had 3 cuttings on that already. Lots of good salads for supper, and everything's going fine. I do see this leaf over here, and some others are starting to curl up a bit, and they aren't quite as dense in terms of color, so maybe the nitrogen is getting lower in the water, and I might have to swap that out and put in some fresh water from the aquariums, because this water that's in there right now is exactly the same water that I put in when the seeds were germinated. And then I took the seeds after they'd sprouted and their roots were about 1 inch long, and put them inside these little net baskets, using some peat moss as the stabilizer to make sure everything stays in place. So the water has not been changed, and in fact I think I've probably only added a cup of water to any of these, because I understand that if the water goes down below the bottom of the net basket, it's not a big problem. The roots are going to reach down anyway to get more. So first steps in hydroponics, and I'm impressed with the results.